Hello and welcome to our series of videos to end what has been a wonderful half term. My name is Laura Hall and I'm Principal of the Nuneaton Academy. As I mentioned in my previous communication via letter, on one hand I feel frustrated to not have been able to address you in person during this first half term, but glad we can deliver these messages in video format rather than a letter. I think it's important you put names to faces, particularly of your child's senior leadership team bubble captain, and also our special educational needs and disabilities coordinator, Chloe Alexander, and you'll hear from these people following my initial introduction. I wanted to begin by taking the opportunity to thank you for your continued support following a very difficult period for everyone post-lockdown. You've supported us to adapt in a very different way of working, and I have to say I'm incredibly pleased with the way our young people have responded to these adaptations. TNA feels calm, warm, happy and focused. Recently, we had our MAT Central team came on site to visit and quality assure as part of their processes. And I'm immensely proud to be telling you that they found 92% of these lessons met their high standards for strong teaching and learning. Whilst I'm ecstatic by this, there is much in the tank, and I believe we have the team to continue to drive the school onto the next stage of its improvement journey. And with your support, I believe we can do just that. Our focus this year is to continue to ensure our highest expectations of behaviour and routines, equip teachers with even more strategies to enable them to fuel progress in the classroom to deliver our aspirational curriculum post-lockdown and in line with risk assessment, as well as heightened focus on SEND, improving outcomes for Year 11 and continue to strengthen our work with the community. I'll update you throughout the year with how these parts of the work of the school are going, and I'm confident in the plans and team to deliver our goals. I wanted to place some reminders about health and safety at the top of my discussion with you today. A reminder that pupils should be wearing a mask and it is imperative that they bring one onto site at all times. They must be worn in all communal areas. I'm really pleased with how safe the site is, and our bubble system is working really well, not just in terms of maximising health and safety, but has also created wonderful communities full of consistency, kindness and focus. I wanted to mention uniform. I said I would provide an update on this, and we have recently sent a link out via social media on our uniform expectations. After October half term, we are expecting pupils to be in full uniform. But you'll be aware that on the uniform sheet, it does state that the skirt needs to have a logo. I am going to relax this aspect. I would like the skirt to remain in the same style, but it does not necessarily need to have a logo for the remainder of this academic year. I'm aware that the pressures that families are under at the moment, and I'm happy to review this over the course of the year, but no logo is needed on the skirt, but the skirt must be of the style as outlined on that uniform policy. An update on Parents' Evening tracking and reporting. COVID response has meant that we are trying to operate in slightly different ways. So our Parents' Evening system might look a little bit different. Obviously, visits to site at the moment are very limited, and we are currently exploring different ways of working. We're also just finalising, in line with this, our tracking and reporting, and I'm working on that over half term with the team, and I will be able to update you on this as soon as possible after half term. You will also have seen my recent communication that we have adjusted our timings of the school day ever so slightly, and these will begin after half term. The beginning of the day has not changed, so please ensure pupils are punctual. You can see more information on this via the letter I sent via Milk and also on our website. Attendance. Thank you for your continued support with attendance. It is so crucial that pupils are in school as long as they are not showing symptoms of COVID-19 as outlined on our website and the government website. These symptoms include persistent cough, high temperature and a loss of taste or smell. As we get closer to winter, I imagine that pupils will begin to pick up coughs and colds. So please be mindful of that and ensure that you look to differentiate between the two. If you have any concerns or you would like to raise a question about that, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us and we will help you in any way we can. So I'm going to hand over now to your bubble captain, and then shortly after that, if relevant, you will hear from our SENCO as well. I'd like to thank you again for your continued support. I wish you a safe and restful half term, should you be able to get some time off with your children, and I look forward to the work that we will be undertaking after half term. Thank you very much. Speak to you very soon.
Hi all, Mr. Ward here with some key messages for Year 10 for the end of this half term and for when we return leading up to Christmas. Firstly, I'd like to say well done and congratulations on your return to school. I know we had a prolonged period of time off, so that's been quite difficult for some people to return, and obviously I've been really impressed with the teaching and learning that's been happening in this Year 10 hub and how we behaved on the whole. Obviously, you've got to start your new options, which has been fantastic, and it's great to see so many of you really engage with your new learning and making sure that we are getting a positive start towards our GCSEs. Obviously, we've got our behavioural expectations that we always expect pupils of every year group to follow, which is being responsible, respectful and ready to learn. In terms of being responsible, our school day starts at 9:45. We open the gate at 20 to 10, so we expect you to be already ready, going in and starting your lessons at 9:45. So make sure that you are punctual. You should not be turning up at 1:45. You should be turning up before that. Further things that we need to be aware of in terms of being responsible and respectful and ready to learn is making sure that we are in full uniform. Obviously, Miss Hall has talked about uniform, but it is vital that we make sure that we have that sorted: shoes, full shirt and tie, no polo shirts anymore, and obviously proper PE kit if we've got PE that day. We will be challenging people if they turn up in PE kit when they haven't got PE that day. So make sure that you are organised and you're ready for your school day. Just a reminder about remote learning. So if you, for whatever reason, have to isolate at home for a period of time, you can access work on the shared area. That is through the main website. You can access that. And obviously, we've got our links that went out for Teams, for Microsoft Teams. So you should have that. If you don't have that, please come and see myself or Mr. Harpin, and we can support getting that information to you. Parents, obviously, if you have any contacts or any concerns, please contact myself or Mr. Harpin. You can do that by ringing you can email us directly on our emails. Thank you ever so much. Have a fantastic half term, and we look forward to seeing you after that break, ready for more learning. Thank you.
Thank you for supporting your child with SEND settle back into school this academic year so far. Over the course of the next half term, the SEND department will be meeting to discuss your child, their achievements so far, and areas for support for the next academic term. Knowing your child's needs and areas for support, we will be setting SMART targets for your child. The targets will be sent out to you via the post. Due to the current restrictions we have, we are unable to meet in school and collaborate on this process. We'll review the targets next term, either virtually or face-to-face, to monitor your child's progress at the Nuneaton Academy. If you would like to discuss the targets you receive in the post in more detail, please contact me on chloe.alexander@midlandat.co.uk. Thanks.